Okay, today is February 15th, 2012. You guys will be working on numbers 1 to 10. We're going to quickly go over labeling a right angle triangle. Okay? So, this is clearly our right angle. We don't know this angle. We don't know this angle. Let's say they've named this triangle. They might write it in the book, triangle A, B, C. Okay? So, I'm just going to arbitrarily put these letters down. This will be my A, B, and C. Now we're going to talk about how the opposite and the adjacent side of a triangle changes depending on what angle you're just referring to. Okay? So let's say, first of all, I'm talking about angle A. Okay, that's that angle there. If we're talking about angle A, what would be considered the opposite side of the triangle to angle A? BC. This is considered opposite because this side does not touch that angle at all. So this is considered the opposite side of the triangle. Makes sense, right? It's opposite. It's across the triangle from it. Now, adjacent means touching. For this angle, I actually have this side and this side. They're both touching the triangle. Okay? But one of these sides has a very specific, special name that never changes. Anyone know what it is? Yeah, which side would that be? AC. That's right. This is considered the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is the longest side. Okay? So here's our hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Does anyone know how to deduce the hypotenuse? How do you figure out what the hypotenuse is? The longest side. Let's say it's hard to tell it's the longest side in reference to an angle in the triangle. Yes, it's always opposite of the right angle. Okay? So just like we have just figured out the opposite of angle A, since the 90-degree angle is angle B, the opposite of that is the hypotenuse. Now by deduction, there's only one side of this triangle left. So side AB has to be what? Adjacent, that's right. Adjacent. So we've labeled this triangle, assuming we're working with angle A. Angle A. All right, I have an identical. This is the exact same triangle. We just haven't written any of the words in before. What if we're trying to label this triangle from angle C? What now becomes the opposite side of the triangle? Angle AB, that's right. This is now the opposite side of the triangle. So the opposite and adjacent change depending on what angle we're either solving or talking about. Okay? So here's our opposite. What's going to be our hypotenuse? AC. Has that changed? No. The hypotenuse of the triangle won't change. It'll always be opposite of the right angle. So here's our hypotenuse. See? And by deduction, what is BC? Oh, sorry, I drew that that arrow from the wrong one. There's three names to the sides of the triangle. In reference to angle C, what's left? What's the only one we haven't called? Adjacent. So this will be our adjacent side of a right angle triangle. Okay? So that's how you go about labeling a right angle triangle. You need to know how to do that in order to use our trig ratios. You have to know what is going to be the opposite side. So this completely depends on what angle of the triangle we're trying to solve or what angle of the triangle we have. Okay? Very important.